Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Driven Wild. Today we are talking about these people are straight scamming. Customer catches restaurant using photos that aren't theirs to advertise menu items on Uber Eats. So this is a newer subject, or older, but with a new approach, I guess, where people have been knocking on Uber Eats, Doordash, and Grubhub for the concept of them feeling misled. On the surface, I would actually understand where they're coming from to a certain degree, but also keep in mind that food prepared in the restaurant and food delivered are two different worlds. There's going to be some quality difference there, especially with preparation, etc. But in this case, somebody saying they're just outright not using photos that are theirs entirely. I'm actually curious on how this is going to go. So with that said, I want to go over everything that is being said in this article, how it actually is for gig workers, customers, and restaurants on every platform and everything in between. So with that said, let's get started. When ordering food to be delivered, it's normal to expect that what you get is going to look a little different from the pictures. Pictures from a menu, pictures on the website, even some of the commercials. You would be surprised on how they actually operate those kind of orders, because that's mind-boggling. I'll tell you what, if you ever seen an IHOP commercial where they pour the syrup on the pancakes, not only do they have little pieces of cardboard in between each pancake, they also pour motor oil on it as if it's syrup, so it looks exactly the way they want it to for the shot. You would be surprised how much goes into marketing for some of this stuff. Items may have shifted during transit, menu items may have changed, and other issues may have occurred that prevent your food from looking as Instagram worthy as the image on your delivery app. You know, if you did a side-by-side comparison of a lot of different, Instagram photos or advertised photos of what these orders are going to look like versus how they actually are, you're going to notice there's a lot of differences, not just because the ingredients used, but because people want their food to look a certain way when it's being marketed to other people. What one would hope, however, is that the image is at least somewhat representative of the product they receive. That was not the case for TikTok user Keith at Younggunsceo. In a video with over 470,000 views. Keith says he placed an order from Atlanta's African Tender restaurant for shrimp and grits with a side of sweet yams. The things you do for content, huh? I'm gonna leave his TikTok as well as his profile in the description so you can develop your own opinions on the subject. But sounds like you got a good meal coming to you nevertheless. When the food arrived, it was a pale imitation of the photos. This makes sense because, as Keith reveals in the video, photos used by the restaurant are simply taken from various sites on the internet. Okay, it's one thing to utilize a franchise's imagery for all of the menu items in general. Like if you have, let's say, a Chili's, and they're advertising Southwestern egg rolls, and you just have a website with their Southwestern egg roll photos on it, and you use that instead of going in, making the food and taking a picture of it and going through that entire process over and over again. That's the point of franchising. But this, saying it's from a completely different website that has no affiliation of your own, that's kind of scary, because at that point you don't even know if the quality of food is going to be the same across the board. Looking at the restaurant's website, the picture of sweet yams appears to be taken from a recipe for easy southern candied sweet potatoes from staysnatched.com, while the image for shrimp and grits has changed since Keith placed his order. The new image is also taken from the web, appearing on various sites such as the Facebook page of a restaurant supply company. You know, I wonder how legal that really is. I understand using photos from a franchise for your own franchise, your own little piece of it. But using a completely different photo from a completely different company when you don't even know if you're preparing it the same way, that's kind of messed up in my opinion. Although taking it from the restaurant supply company, I don't know. I don't know how that restaurant supply company actually works in comparison to how it actually comes out in front of a customer. Like, what is the process between from the supplier to the customer itself? I feel like there's a lot of questions I don't have answered on that front. Numerous other images for menu listings appear lifted from other sources, some with substantial errors. For example, while the menu offers cheese fries, are seasoned cheese fries offered with cheddar cheese. The image used from a recipe on the site is called Tornado Ali for fries with chili cheese and chives. Okay, see, that's pretty messed up. You're not even showing them the same product at all. It's one thing if you're offering the same product, the literal same product, and you're using that photo, but you're not even offering the same product. You're offering just cheese fries, not chili cheese fries with chives or Tornado Ali or whatever it's called. That's not the same thing. This is just straight false advertising. But it is so subtle that I don't think most people are gonna call it out. Oh my God, Keith says, looking at the food he received, what is this? Keith eventually reached out to UberEats support, who denied him a refund and instead told him to simply leave a review. Okay, but I kind of get that though, to be honest. You can't blame UberEats or really any platform for the quality of the product you receive. Just the fact that they are offering a marketplace where restaurants can advertise to customers to have their food delivered on the platform, and drivers the opportunity to deliver said food to the customers to earn an income. So that's not something that UberEats should be held accountable for, but the restaurants themselves shouldn't be pulling this crap overall. There should be some level of enforcement on the subject. I know that somebody in the comment section on one of my videos actually stated there should be a level of accountability on the restaurants as well. And I agree with that. But at the end of the day, there's only so much they could do. So they just allow merchants to go to Google, pull photos, and send back what I just got, he asks. Y'all gotta do better than this, because this is not gonna work. Apparently it did. It worked on you, and it worked on a lot of other customers, so doesn't mean it's right, but it is working. You can't deny that. I don't know how legal it is, but it is working. It appears that this restaurant is part of a delivery-only complex of ghost kitchens called Forest Eatery. While its building appears relatively small on Google Maps, it claims to be almost 90 restaurants available for to-go or delivery orders. 90 restaurants in a single building. They have got to have like the most orders going in at the same time. They probably don't have any seating area. That is literally just them trying to get a handful of orders a day from each ghost kitchen, knowing dang well that they are never going to have any storefront and just taking the money from Doordash, UberEats, Grubhub, etc. And I know that ghost kitchens overall are just getting a lot of flack lately for being within a Chili's or being within a Denny's or things like that. But this is literally designated as a ghost kitchen. They are literally just trying to make food to sell. That's it. This concept is generally referred to as ghost kitchen, in which restaurants operate without a storefront or within existing restaurants solely to cater to delivery or to-go clients. I know that a virtual restaurant is something that a lot of people are calling ghost kitchens that are within Chili's or other franchises, but I think ghost kitchen is its own solo building. I don't know if there's a distinction without a difference. I don't know. These are not without controversy. Earlier this year, a user on TikTok went viral after noting several delivery restaurants being run out of her local IHOP. YouTuber Eddie Burbank has also made waves after using an app to order what appeared to be 9 versions of the same exact sandwich from 9 different restaurants. I haven't seen anything about this Eddie Burbank guy, but I did make a video about the girl talking about the IHOP. I will leave that in the description as well. Feel free to check it out. Many have accused these restaurants of deceiving customers with this practice? Is this actually deceiving customers, or is this just a way to add an extra source of income in the event that you are operating a Outback Steakhouse and Outback Steakhouse isn't making as much money as you would like it to? Can it lead to deceiving customers? Sure, but I don't think that's the purpose. Back on TikTok, users offered tips to avoid issues like these in the future. That rating of a 3.3 should have been your first red flag. They played, wrote one user. A rating of a 3.3 out of 5. That's pretty rough, man. I feel like that's the first red flag to me. That's not even a red flag. That's crimson. If I decide to purchase from a restaurant I have never been to, I always Google it and check for reviews and photos offered a second. You know, that's one of the good things you actually get from being a gig worker. You actually not only don't have to order on these platforms at all because you're going to get everything yourself, but you actually know everything there is to know about these restaurants anyway, because you've been there, you know what they're like, you know the integrity and character of the people working there, and you know who to give your business to and who not to give your business to. And that's just a fact. That's not even me trying to be mean about it. I think I have learned more about restaurants near here just because I'm getting around enough, let alone the opportunity to actually determine their character before even doing any kind of business with them, because you would be surprised how much that plays into the quality of your food. This is my opinion. It's worth what you pay for it. None of you pay me. There you go. As far as advertising overall, we're just not even this particular restaurant, advertising overall. There is got to be an understanding that there's going to be a difference between what you are actually ordering from the advertising you are seeing to how you are going to receive it. There is always going to be that difference, because what they're doing in the advertisement is displaying the food in a way that makes sense for a photo to make it look appealing, even if it's not actually all that appealing. Second, there is going to be a difference between how it is actually going to be when you get to the restaurant and how it is going to be when you bring it home, let alone letting a driver get to it and putting it outside to your door so you can get it, and everything that goes into that as well, because that's a whole different issue. Also, these restaurants overall don't care much for customers that actually order on Doordash, UberEats, and Grubhub. They actually do make a particular point to put us on the back burner to make it so customers aren't treated the best on these platforms, which is so disgusting. And finally, they have a lot of opportunity to do scammy things, like pull photos from other websites to use as advertising as opposed to taking their own. Is it right for a restaurant to actually operate this way? No. Are they going to operate this way anyway? Yes, because right now there's not a whole lot of enforcement on ghost kitchens. Whether it's from a major franchise and they have a ghost kitchen within their restaurant, or a literal ghost kitchen where there's not a whole lot of inside seating, if at all, and they just get to do whatever they want with the orders anyway. It's two different worlds of how you are going to experience these apps. If you're a customer, I would actually start to apply some of these tips that some of these other customers are saying. Check the Google reviews. Google it and make sure you've actually been to this restaurant, or see if they're actually a ghost kitchen or not. Like, sometimes maybe they are actually just a bad restaurant. But all in all, make sure you do your research on who is actually handling your food, because that has a surprising effect on the quality of food you will be receiving, regardless of the driver, who you're probably going to rate poorly because of this, regardless of the platform you're ordering on. The people making your food and how they are advertising to you, in my opinion, there is a correlation to how the food is actually going to be delivered to you. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. As always, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace!